name's Charlie Braun, and I'm the president of Custom Rubber. And my primary responsibilities are to make sure everyone else here has the resources they need to get done what needs to get done, and also to make sure our customers are appreciating the kinds of things that we're doing for them, and help encourage new prospective customers that Custom Rubber is the right choice. My background is an art history degree from Harvard University, and after that I worked at a number of different jobs in the Boston area, one of which was for a plastics housewares manufacturer. And after that I moved to Cleveland and got an MBA at Case Western's Weatherhead School of Management. And was working here part-time during that MBA, and then started at Custom Rubber in 2000 full-time, working for my parents. As I said, we're primarily a molder of rubber products, and we, as a result of my I guess what some people might term ADD, but I like to think of it as a need for variety. We're not terribly focused on one particular industry. What we find is that many of our clients, many of our customers, they don't really know a whole lot about engineering with rubber. And so those are the kinds of customers where we can help because of our expertise. And it's really fascinating to me how often we can find solutions that we did in the past for one industry that roll over completely and fit right into place to help someone in a completely different industry with a completely different application, but that same expertise that was developed before can be reapplied. And so some of the industries that we serve, we've developed kind of an expertise in colored rubber. So we make a fair number of consumer products. We have a few medical customers. We do some work for lawn and garden. We recently got another customer in the automotive industry, so we do some work in automotive. We have a very important customer in the oil and gas industry, and another one that does material handling, bumpers and rollers and things. So it's really a diverse portfolio from an industry perspective. But one of the things that sort of is common thread across all of our customers is that they appreciate the commitment we've got to deliver and be responsive, and also we put a significant emphasis on customer service. You know, when you call Custom Rubber, you never get voicemail. It's always a real person who can hopefully help you. So the vision for the business is not terribly sexy, but to continue to do what we've been doing, which is really doing a great job servicing our customers. You know, I think over the years, we've only lost one or two customers other than product going obsolete. And so the customer retention is really critical. And if we can continue to do that and add new business, and if we're selective about the customers that we add, and make sure that they appreciate the kinds of things we can deliver, we can continue to do well into the future. The thing that really excites me about the business is I always have loved to tinker, and so I love the idea of helping with an engineering problem if somebody needs help designing their part, or you know, looking at it from a manufacturing standpoint, trying to find innovative ways to manufacture a particular part in a cost-effective way that delivers the quality the customer needs. And the other thing that excites me is seeing employees progress in their careers and do different things. We have an engineer we hired after an associate's degree, John Bellett, and over the last 4 years he's had 3 or 4 different distinct job responsibilities. So he's had the opportunity to move from sales and quoting into tool design, and now he's going to be moving into process engineering. And it's just very exciting also to see other employees. We have machine operators who, I got a note here for one who's about to close on a house. So that's the kind of thing that really gets me excited, is just seeing our employees get together, get along, and just move forward in their careers and personal lives. I think the biggest thing from my perspective is a certain amount of motivation. I don't know that anyone likes to have the hard conversations that are sometimes necessary with employees when things aren't going according to plan or their efforts aren't matching the expectations of the organization. Nobody really loves having those conversations. I particularly dislike having those conversations. And so when I'm looking or part of the team that's looking for new talent, the key criteria, doesn't really matter if they've got the expertise, because we can teach that. But the key criteria for me is, a subtle comment like, I'm a little disappointed in how that went, is more than enough, because that individual is so hard on themselves that none of us here have to be. So the culture at Custom Rubber is rather cliche. I think it's a very familial or family-oriented culture. But I think I really go out of my way to make sure that is true, and doing a couple of things just to make sure that I'm plugged in more or less to most of our employees or all of our employees' lives. So I write anniversary notes to each employee, little note cards every year on their anniversary. Once a month, I take 2 to 4 employees out to a meal. The majority of those are scheduled with manufacturing operators in either the molding department or the finishing department. And we have 2 company picnics / barbecues, one on July 4th and one at Christmas. For the salary staff, one of the things that I think is really important is taking time off to recharge. So according to the policy book, you're allowed to cash out your vacation, but I tend to frown on people doing that, and really encourage people to take the time off, even if they have nowhere to go or anything to do, just to unwind a little bit and come back recharged. I think that's really important. And the other thing that we try and do when folks are motivated and they fit some of the criteria I talked about earlier, it works out really well, where again, not in the policy book, but we tend to work a little bit on flex time. So if you've got a doctor's appointment and you got to take a couple hours off, but you're working extra later in the week or a different day, we don't really make folks fill out the personal time formal kind of thing. So we really try and do what I try and keep in mind mostly is that what we're doing at Custom Rubber is important, and it's really important for our customers, but it never is more important than taking care of something in your, that's going on in your personal life. Because if you've got stuff that's distracting you in your personal life, you're not going to be very effective here, and it's much better off that we give you the time to take to deal with those kinds of things, so that when you are here, you can really be focused and deliver the kinds of things that our customers need.